Hello and welcome to the 16th episode of the 3GN podcast. I am of course your host Danny and I'm joined by my two lovely jubbly co-hosts, Chris
Hello.
and Gary.
Kind greetings, followers.
Now, to start it off, let's rant a bit. I'm sore. My body hurts. Okay, basically I've done a lot of work with my uncle. I mentioned that I did some stuff last week. Well, I've done more stuff, and it hurts. I have had to carry logs and move 2 crates of concrete bricks, 3 industrial bags of sand.
Just you ranting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rant.
Is this an excuse why you haven't played too many games?
No, this is not an excuse. This is me ranting. I'm a sore boy, and actually, it is an excuse because if you are an avid listener of the podcast, you noticed that last week's podcast was slightly late. Well, I was caught off guard. I don't know if people know, but I'm the guy who edits the podcast, and I was caught off guard by having several work days. So the last day when the podcast had to be uploaded, I was sitting there and editing after I'd gotten home from doing a lot of hard labor.
Manual labor.
Yeah, manual labor. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. Now let's get back on track before it all goes to hell. Games we've played this week. Who would like to start?
Well, I guess it'll be me.
Well, go on.
That's good, because I need to remember some.
I'm giving you, Chris. I'm taking my games you've played this week ball, right? And I'm gonna. Okay.
Yeah, Danny,
I'm
stop
not handling your balls.
in Chris's face.
I want everything to be ball related.
Right, I've played some Monster Hunter
Mm-hmm.
Generations for the DS.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did play a bit of Skyrim briefly, but not too much, because my 360 is starting to crap out on me.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the game is starting to glitch.
See, I had the same issue with my 360 when I was trying to play Deus Ex Human Revolution. So I just stopped playing it, which is sad.
Yeah. Every now and again, there will be a visual glitch where there's something missing.
Yeah.
Like the biggest one has been ocean water.
Oh.
Or river water. And you basically
like
walk along the bottom.
Yeah, that does sound like a problem.
The most recent one that happened randomly is I walked into a building and the building spawned. Everything else did, but there was no floor, no walls, no ceiling, and I was caught in a loop, just falling through the area.
Ooh.
I was able to reach the door and get back out. Air controls.
Yeah, you saying about constantly falling reminds me of a random instance I ran into where I encountered a glitch on Fable 3 where I was at the castle and I was just, I don't know how, but I clipped through the floor and I just kept falling. And I don't even remember how I got out of that glitch, so I kind of don't want to ever play Fable 3 again in case I run into it and don't remember how to get out of it.
That's not the best glitch on Fable 3, though.
Oh, no. But, no, you carry on with the games you've played.
Yes.
Well, something I played today is a tiny bit of Sonic Mania.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't actually be player 1, though. I was just causing slight interference as a second player.
And who was player 1, may I ask?
Speaking.
Gary.
Okay, then don't say any more, because when Gary has to talk about his games that he's played, then...
Well, to be fair, I probably won't talk about today's session. That was just me showing a few things.
Is it a game, Gary? Is Sonic Mania a game?
Yes, Sonic Mania is a game.
Have you played it this week?
Because it wasn't really important.
Gary, have you played it this week?
Yes.
Then it's a game you've played this week.
And I will be mentioning it. It's just I won't be talking about today's session.
Okay.
It's irrelevant.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I have played a bit of Xenoverse 2 as well. Just because it's something I did play before, and replaying it was nice.
Used to some of the new DLC as well.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. A lot of...
Those DLC I wouldn't have been able to touch. Or how... Ooh, hiccup.
Oh,
How
sorry.
long was I not able to play it?
I don't remember when it was released, so I'd need to look that up.
I randomly want to say February.
That might
That's
be right.
probably wrong.
I don't know. I remember we talked about it on a podcast, but I cannot tell you which one. Yeah.
Well, that's some of the things I have played this week.
Now, before Gary goes on, I would like to say, yay, a bunch of games that we've already played, which means I don't actually have to put up a picture of them. So yeah.
Okay, looking at this, it would have been around the 17th of March. So almost a month.
Okay, yeah, so for like 3 podcasts ago. That makes sense.
Yeah. Right? Who's next?
Gary, would you like to go or should I?
I was going to say, I was guessing it would be me.
Well, I mean, only if you want to. If you don't want to, we'll pick up.
God damn it, infectious hiccups.
Then I can do it if you do not want to. But if you're ready,
But
then
Danny, I'd need to anyway.
okay. Well, I mean, then don't let me stop you. Actually, let me just unzip my pants and give you the games we've played this week, Ball.
Danny,
Okay, fine,
put your balls away.
fine. I'm gonna. Okay, fine. Chris, you win. I'm scrapping the whole ball concept.
Sorry, my
You can keep
Discord
your
cut out
balls.
briefly.
I just said, Chris, that you win. That I am going to cut out the whole ball section. You know, the topic ball, the games you've played this week ball.
Only because you want people to
Wait, I
handle your
thought there were
balls.
more balls than that. Danny, you monster.
No, that was just the 2 balls. Just 2 balls.
What about the
Yeah.
Dream Future ball?
That's his own thing. Dream Futures is already a thing. So
Okay,
yeah, go on, Gary. Before we get
getting sidetracked.
side testicled, which you should go on.
Are you constantly bringing this up because we haven't mentioned balls in a while?
No. Actually, you're right. I have forgot we hadn't mentioned testicles in a long time. And
Look, Danny, I get that it's a delicate subject, but seriously, you're going to alienate a few people.
But Gary, it's literally half of our brand. We are gamer nuts. We do video games and we do testicles. And
I
sometimes,
thought that we were named nuts because we're mentally unstable.
well, I mean, yeah, that too. But the thing is, Gary, sometimes you just gotta take an Xbox 360 game, open the case, and put your balls in it, and then slam the case closed to get
That's
those.
one way to lose your nuts.
Yeah. Well, only Gary. Do you know?
Okay.
Do you want to know
that's
why?
it. We're going to have to start calling Danny Joe Lane.
No. There's a reason why I've said this. It's because there's gaming, there's nuts, and you have to be insane to do it. There we go.
You heard it here first, people.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Slam your butts, no, nuts, fuck, in a Xbox 360 game case. But now, yeah, I am getting sidetracked. Gary, please do go on with the games you've played this week.
Okay. So, as you've probably heard earlier, I have played some Sonic Mania. And in fact, I even played it while I was waiting for the upload so I could tweet about it to inform all of you lovely people. And I didn't really break anything this time. Not even today. I mean, I showed Chris the clip. I unfortunately couldn't send that to Danny.
No, it's too powerful.
Yeah.
It's too powerful.
Yeah.
Discord didn't like that.
No, Discord's a little bitch. Okay, sorry.
And we're poor, so we can't even afford to send them that way.
I'm half expecting it to cut out on us now.
See, I'm sorry. I'm a bit feisty today. My body is achy, and I'm a bit feisty today. So I apologize for
You
that.
shouldn't chuck your nuts in a game case then.
I mean, what am I gonna do other than that? Play games? I'm not a real gamer. I'm in the gaming business for the testicles and the testicles alone.
Then go and
And
play
this
Cyber.
is why Danny's not allowed to hug us.
Hey, I
I
mean,
thought it was because he was in an entirely different country and his arms aren't that long.
I thought it was because I had a restraining order. I mean, yeah, the country thing. That's what it was. But Gary, go on. Sonic Mania, you did not break it.
I did not break it.
Mhm.
I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't break it. Although I did randomly bounce incredibly high on an enemy earlier.
Ooh.
Nothing fancy, just stringing random use of the water shield and bouncing around and just hit an enemy from really, really high up. Chris,
That's-
you remember that? The height I got was fucking insane.
Yeah.
Gary,
But
you said you weren't going to mention it.
well, I lied.
What else have you played?
Sorry.
What else have I played?
Yeah, go on.
As Chris would know from when he was here earlier, I played some of Adam's Dreamcast because that's been here for over a year now.
Ooh.
So I played some Sonic Adventure on that.
Oh. I know that game.
Yeah, I should fucking hope so.
But
And I
it's
also
not in
played
the
some Sonic
same
Adventure.
style.
Wait, say again, Chris?
It's not the same as you know it.
Yeah, no, I know it's different on the Dreamcast. Gary
Yeah.
Gary desperately tried to make me install a bunch of mods that restored the one I have to the Dreamcast version, but it was just.
Trust me, it looks better.
I mean,
Only thing it won't do is allow you to kill the Chow.
see
which
well,
so many people are now screaming at me through the internet because they don't want me to hurt Chow.
look, Gary. The thing is, I don't doubt for a second that the Dreamcast version looks better, but from reading things and reading the comments in that community thread, the thing is, it just seems like a lot of hassle, and
A lot of hassle for such little reward.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not a reward in itself, but it is. I don't think it's worth it. Plus, we already started with the version we have now. And I didn't want to change it midway through.
And there we have it, folks. Now you know why he's not using the Dreamcast mods.
Yeah, now you know why I'm playing basic bitch Sonic Adventure port on Steam. But yeah.
I think it actually fixes some of the glitches as well.
Oh.
But you remember in episode 1 where you just kind of randomly fell through a solid wall?
Yeah, if I ran too much to the side, I think it was.
Yeah. That's one of the things that's removed. But anyway, enough about that. We're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, go on,
So
Gary.
I played a bit of that. I decided I was gonna trade a rock for a golden egg because a guy in his shop in Station Square lets you do that for some reason. But beyond that, not really done anything aside from just finishing all of the stories I hadn't, because I hadn't really got around to it, I guess. And in doing that, I actually learned that a former world record for clearing Big's story is 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, you told me about that.
That entire story to me is just insane because the level of mastery it takes for that level of fishing is godlike. I could never play as Big that fast.
Well, I mean, I haven't tried playing as Big yet.
We'll have to get around to it after we wrap up Knuckles' story.
Yeah. I think you mentioned when it comes to our playthrough is that you want to finish all the others and then save Sonic to last, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, since we've unlocked Knuckles, that was kind of a nice thing because that gave us more variety than just playing as Tails. And...
Okay, you guys are still rambling.
Shit, you're right.
No, we're talking about the
Okay,
Sonic Adventure. Gary played that.
Yeah.
I got up and got myself a drink. I was expecting you to stop rambling. I was mistaken.
Well, I mean...
Look, Chris, you're the one here stopping us rambling. That's the thing.
Yeah. Do you know what?
You're basically our conscience.
Actually, Gary, do you know what? Let's take the Sonic Adventure, a game you played this week, talk on a pause, and let's talk about Chris getting up to go get a drink for a sec. Okay, Chris. What drink did you get?
Okay, it's fizzy.
Okay.
But that doesn't tell us what drink it is. Is it Coke?
Is it...
Dr. Pepper?
Like energy drink.
Oh, okay. Which...
It's a plain energy drink.
Wait, is it a brand that you feel secure saying? Is it a big brand, small brand, medium brand?
If I know Chris,
Cheap brand.
as well as I know him, it's a cheap energy drink where the can itself literally reads energy drink.
Yes.
Ah,
Because you saw it earlier today.
okay. Well, then it's not as impressive, Gary. I'm drinking...
I
I'm
have
not
a cross-
me
I have a
guessing
cross
Monster
can
Hunter World.
in. I could take a picture if you want.
Look, I have an energy drink here. Can you guess the brand of that? Because I'm a fancy pansy boy now and I've gotten paid. So, of course, I don't...
Rockstar.
No. Try again.
Monster.
No. Chris, didn't you just...
That's what you just said, isn't it? I thought you said Rockstar. Is it Rockstar?
No, it's not Rockstar.
I give up.
Cult.
I don't think we got that in the UK.
I know, but it is usually the same price as a Monster or a Rockstar.
Hmm.
So it is like a high-end energy drink. It's not like because we
Can I
also.
just intervene again?
Oh God. Okay, let's get sidetracked on our sidetrack. So go on, Chris.
Let's get main tracked. So aside from Sonic
So
Adventure, as
you
I said,
played Sonic Adventure. What else
I
have you
played
played,
Sonic Adventure
Gary?
2 as well.
Sonic Adventure
Did a
2.
bunch
Anything
of
else?
things that I still needed emblems for on that. Apparently suck at Pyramid Cave more than I thought I did. But that's a story for another time
And-
because this is starting to go on.
And that was on Sonic Adventure 2?
That was on Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, okay, good. We all talked at the same time when you said that, so I just had to make sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Beyond that, I've been on Pokemon Go. There was a Mankey Spotlight hour, like an hour before we got ready to record this, or 2 hours, or somewhere in that area. So I got myself a Mankey, managed to evolve it into Primeape, and basically I was trying to help Adam get a Primeape as well because he's had trouble logging into Pokemon Go, and there were a bunch of Mankeys that spawned, and I caught them all, and then my device decides, hey, let's not spawn any Mankeys whatsoever for the remainder of the last 20 minutes.
Ow.
So yeah, I've got like 40 Mankey candy, which is 10 off of getting another Primeape.
Is Mankey
So
candy?
that's fun.
Is Mankey candy made out of Mankeys?
Nobody knows.
But do go on. Do not want to get sidetracked again. Go on.
Aside from that, I've done a tiny bit of Pokemon Masters, which I think I forgot to play yesterday, and I've been off and on with Dragon Ball Legends as well. I think that updated the story, I think, during the week, so that was nice. Nothing much of value happened except that there was a betrayal, but I called that from the very beginning of the game just because I didn't trust the appearance of the guy.
Ooh.
So
You
that's
can't
the thing.
you can't say that in 2020, Gary. Wait, no, 2021. No. Fuck.
Haha, see, going by
I
your
was
first
going
name.
to say, but he didn't.
Yeah, well, I caught myself in being wrong before you did, Chris. So I wasn't wrong. I was right.
Anyway.
Yes. Anyway.
What I'm basically saying is that the guy himself, the way the character's designed, I didn't trust his appearance to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably designed like a bad guy, so.
I wouldn't say designed like a bad guy. He's designed to be ambiguous, but he just looks more like he's the kind that would betray someone. With that said, based on the way his character's built, I could see that also being a subversion for people like me that are like, he looks like someone who'd betray you, but at the same time, he's written to be very tactical, so if he stabs you in the back, it's to stop you from fighting in a situation you can't win in. There are two ways this can go, and I'm looking at both of them, and there's just a few possibilities, and I'm just waiting for the final distinguishing act, if you will. But
the reveal of the true nature.
Yeah, when he finally decides he's going to spill the beans himself rather than keeping his secrets. I've also played some more Pokemon with Adam, but the only thing worth of noting there is I finally did that trade with him, and I said to him I was gonna get the Pokemon and sent him to level 30. Didn't even get it that far because I didn't end up going back on it after I last saw him before that. So yeah, I'm basically behind him now, so I need to play catch up. But yeah, that's more or less it.
Well,
your turn, Danny.
Yep. Well, okay.
If you want to hold the ball, you can hold the ball. They're your balls.
Oh, Gary, I never stopped holding them. So.
Because no one else would take them.
Yeah. That's how I lost my ex-wife. No. The games I played this week. I've played and okay, this is gonna be a big shit for me, right? I've played two games.
I just remembered one that all three of us have played.
Okay.
Sort of.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that too. But I've played 3 games other than the one Gary mentioned, and 2 of them I actually completed. Yeah,
Hooray!
I know. I finished Resident Evil HD Remake as Jill, and I just need to finish I need to finish the campaign as Chris, but I haven't started that yet because I didn't want to like go halfway through and then not finish it. Then I beat Portal 2, which I
I
was also
almost kind of want you two to do it. Oh, sorry. I just had a thought. I just kind of want you two to run through the Chris story just so that you can say you're playing as Chris with Chris.
I mean, we could if Chris is up with that.
Maybe at some point, but
Yeah, the thing is, if it's gonna be in too long time, in a long time, then I'd rather just play it myself because I do want to play it pretty soon. So, but I played that. I finished Portal 2, and this is the big kicker. I played Monster Hunter World. Yeah, I played it today actually. I don't know how many hours I have in it. I didn't get to play a lot because I didn't play it yesterday because I didn't finish downloading it.
Right.
And
here's a big question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got a preferred weapon already? Or are you still experimenting?
The thing is, when you say the third weapon, because in Monster Hunter World, I started...
Preferred.
What?
He said preferred.
Preferred.
As in a
Preferred.
Your
weapon
go-to.
As in... Okay, Gary said as in a weapon, and then I heard Chris say two.
That you favor.
Oh!
Your go-to weapon style.
The thing is, yes, but also no. I decided I didn't want to do heavy, like, great sword, right? So I chose the insect blade, which is the one that has a blade on each side, like kind of like a spear or like a sword with 2 sword blades, and I didn't really like it.
A halberd?
No, not a halberd. Like
it is a glaive.
A glaive.
That was it, a glaive.
Okay, but I didn't like it, and I had one of every weapon because apparently you start with one of every weapon, the basic ones.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I still like the great sword more, so that's the one I'm using now. But I'm using one that I made myself with materials I gathered. And wait.
If I'm honest, in Monster Hunter, I do like the glaive.
Okay.
Because it is fast hitting and it's moderate damage.
Yeah, it's basically half the damage of. Well, actually, the one I had is 1/3 of the damage of the great sword I have now, but half the damage. Okay, the base glaive had half the damage of the base great sword. So, but I just it didn't really feel too much, and I also kind of got the great sword, and then I defeated a great Jagras or whatever. What's it called? A great Jagras, yes. In like 1/3 of the time it took me to beat it with the glaive. So, but I've always been like a slow hitting, a hard hitting slow boy. That's basically my main build in all games.
So what you're saying is you are the heavy weapons guy.
I am the heavy weapons guy. Even though in TF2 I was heavy weapons guy and pyro.
I know the greatsword is heavy damage, slow moving, but you can defend yourself.
Yeah.
The Kinsect is moderate damage, fast attack, and quite agile. That's where you can launch yourself in the air and you can attack the monster from above.
Okay, I did not know that. But I also haven't gotten that far into it yet. I've only played it for 3 hours. There's still like mechanics I'm trying to learn and understand. I know the weapon crafting, armor upgrade, and weapon upgrade. I'm trying to understand potions and all that. So, and I just before we stopped, I learned how to cook meat. And it's difficult getting the timing right on cooking meat.
I've not seen too much of what World does, but I know on the DS versions it is a time-based thing as well.
It is a time-based thing, and you gotta look at the meat, and less than a second, it's perfect. But if you miss it, it becomes burnt. So, so I have like 3 burnt meat, and I had 1 cooked meat, or 1 perfectly cooked meat, and and I ate it instantly to get a stamina boost.
Don't eat burnt.
No, I haven't eaten it. I don't know what happens if you eat the burnt meat.
It can basically remove stamina.
Oh, yeah. I guess I have to get rid of that. But I like Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter World at least. I think I might have played one a long time ago, but I really can't remember. It's been too long. If I have played one, I don't remember it. If I haven't played one, that's reasonable assumption to make.
Yeah.
It's because I felt like I'd played one, but now when I play Monster Hunter World, I don't think it's very similar to what I played if I did play one.
You might have played the original, where you had to attack with the analog stick and not button presses.
What system was that on?
PS2.
Yeah, I think that would have made more sense. I think that might have been the one I've tried. And when I say played,
Yeah.
I don't mean I played to completion, because
I don't know,
You've had a
because you
sample
rarely
experience.
complete games.
yeah, that's been a scourge of mine since I was a kid. Yeah.
Right, so you played Monster Hunter World today.
Yeah, I played Resident Evil, Monster Hunter World, and Portal 2. But then we also
And
played some
also the thing we
FTL.
recorded Yeah.
Yeah, we played
Yeah,
some
FTL.
FTL. I don't really need to say much about FTL because you know what it is.
Your
We've talked about
addiction.
it before. Now, Dream
But
Futures.
remember, just before we start the Dream Futures, we did play it this time with Lewis. And
Yes.
he did enjoy it.
We
I have a good authority from the horse's mouth itself. He enjoyed it.
yeah, we finally played it with
I thought
Lewis.
it was a monkey.
Well, you would know. Your birthday is the day right before his.
Born in the year of the monkey. Ooh.
Wait, Gary, what was I? Was I like a bull rat?
That was okay. So you were born in the year of the rat,
Yeah, okay, I'm a rat.
but the bull rat thing came from a random game I saw people doing on Twitter, combining their zodiac sign with their Chinese zodiac sign, and someone had, I believe it was the ox and Taurus, so they were basically just a bull.
Bull.
Wait, the Zodiac and the Chinese Zodiac.
Yeah, so since you're a Libra, you'd basically be monkey scales.
But they're
Which
not
also sounds-
reptilian!
I was gonna say it sounds almost proverbial in a sense. Danny, I think okay, never mind, he's back.
Oh no, I'm just stretching. I'm sorry.
Well, what I said was,
you get
they're not
this?
reptilian.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah, but then it cut me out.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that so much today.
Okay, so Dream Futures. Oh yeah, technical difficulties, whatever, tenebrous difficulties.
Whatever the hell
It'll
that
be on
sign
screen.
said.
We did like my Dream Futures. Chris and Gary said that they didn't really have any, but my Dream Futures was basically playing Monster Hunter
Monster Hunter
World
World
and Skyrim. No, not Skyrim.
Online.
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah. And we talked about how Chris had already mentioned Monster Hunter, but he didn't mention a specific one, so I mentioned World and basically that this is a quick summary. We already talked about this, which is why it sucks that. Oh, go
I
on.
was
I
just gonna
do
say,
have a question for Dream Future.
Okay.
Just a moment, Chris. Just a moment. I got to get this back in here. I will point out I did kind of state one of my Dream Futures from a prior episode did come true, and I finally got to see Chris again, and it was nice.
Yeah, that is actually nice.
Yeah.
Right. The thing I was going to ask is, how do you two feel about playing games with the community?
Well, it depends.
This could range from Master Chief Collection or Monster Hunter,
The thing is,
or even some games on the Switch.
okay, the thing is, I'm on a base level, I'm fine with it, but I don't think everybody should talk. Basically, if we're doing, let's say, Master Chief Collection, we shouldn't have everybody talking at the same time, because then it becomes very hard to understand any of the conversations. If we have, like, let's say 5 people on each side, so 10 people talking at the same time.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying to do it as a video. I'm saying to do it as a
He just wants to be accessible
recreational.
to everyone
Oh,
who
no,
plays.
that'd be fine. I wouldn't mind that.
The only real problem I have is playing the Switch
Connections.
online in my room is very difficult
Yeah.
because, like, you were here earlier. You saw that there were literal internet issues just trying to connect. It
Yeah.
can do it, but it's
His
a fickle
Switch
beast,
stabilizes at 2 out of 5 internet wise.
and that's at the highest.
Yeah.
Yeah, your internet is not the best, I'll be honest.
I'm fine in other rooms, but to be perfectly honest, my parents don't really know I do 3GN.
Yeah. But
And
you
also,
wouldn't
it's
really
kind of
be
hard to-
recording for it, so it'd be a bit less 3GN.
Yeah, but even then, I get like kind of roped into conversations and
Mm.
things while I'm in other rooms. So I just kind of want to focus on the game that I'm playing.
Understandable.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't mind.
But
I'm not opposed to it. It's just circumstances kind of lean against it a little more often than.
yeah, but that's a scenario, Dream Future aspect. I wanted to test the waters with you guys.
Yeah, but that would be nice. I wouldn't mind that.
Because on certain generations, I could start a new profile, call it something like 3DN, and start a fresh game and just do online matches with people in the 3DN Discord.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Now,
I like that. But yes, let's get on to the topic at hand. Now, which one of you...
talking of starting over with Monster Generations,
Mm-hmm.
there is the aspect of character creation.
Today's topic.
Seamless.
Haha! I am genius.
I am genius. I'm
Right.
smart.
Here's the thing. How much detail should character creation have?
I say it should have as much as possible, but it should not be necessary. You should be able to just choose a preset if you cannot be bothered, and that should be it. So, all and nothing.
Yeah.
That is my...
I think this, like, riffing on your take there, Danny, my personal opinion is they should have it where you've got like two modes for it. One where it's an incredibly detailed sense. You can design each and every individual freaking crease of skin on your nose if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Or just use rather basic nose shapes.
Mm.
Just sticking with the nose example there.
Yeah.
Just be able to like adapt the way you want the character to look, with very basic for the more laid back players, or very intricate for all of the highly detailed kinds of people.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking.
Well, knowing Saints Row 2 and 3,
Mm-hmm.
2 actually had more detailed sliders
Yeah.
for the character creation, because 3 didn't have the weight, or if it did, it didn't do as much.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure it had it, but it has been so long since I fucking fiddled around with it. Like it's been forever since I went on Saints Row 3. I mean,
Yeah.
I randomly went on it, I think, a few months ago, and all I ended up doing was just like driving around and crashing into things, because I could not for the life of me remember how to properly play the game.
I think I played Saints Row 3 when it came out. When was it that game came out?
Oh,
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I'm not googling it. We already had one tentacle precipice beast this episode. Tentacle Dizzle Billy Bob.
yeah, that thing.
Yeah. We already had one tentacle inside Billy
15th
Bob.
November 2011.
Oh shit, okay, so 10 years ago. I played that game 10 years ago, basically.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember much.
I know that Skyrim does presets, then you can modify them
Yeah, I
to
like
a
that.
preferred state.
There's a few more, like there's a few
But-
games I played that are like that, but I don't remember what they are.
Yeah, but I think Skyrim kind of limits it to the face more.
Hmm.
You
No.
can't make them short or giant.
No, you can only really do the face.
Yeah.
And not really weight of any kind.
That's
But-
reasonable.
Uh,
Well, actually,
think-
no, it's not, because if you want to make like a hulky warrior, you can't really do that, can you?
Hmm.
Right. It's like you can't change the thickness of the arms or anything. So you can't go with a Broly lookalike.
I mean, you can't make your character look like Broly on Xenoverse 2 as it is. Broly is fucking enormous.
Yeah.
I mean, like Chris, I've ended up doing the calculations because of you. Based on Leo's height, you averaged him at basically Goku's height, or rather Goku's overall size. And
Right.
I seem to recall, based on height alone, Goku's height basically has Goku's face in Broly's nutsack. Broly
Yeah.
is a fucking monster. But sidetracking into continuing the topic itself, Xenoverse 2's character customizer, I think, could stand to be a bit more detailed. You can adjust height so far, you can adjust your overall muscularity so far, and
Stuffiness.
that's the word. And that does have some hidden benefits in that it can affect certain performance aspects of your character. Like, the bigger you are, the wider you are, the more physically powerful you are. But it's only a small increase. It's hardly noticeable. But it does have this underlying effect. And that's actually something that's kind of nice. But at the
Ooh.
same time, you can't you can have a middle ground for the weight. You can't have a middle ground for the height.
No, there's 4 options, isn't there?
Yeah, there's 3 options in weight and there's 4 options in height, and that kind of bothers me a little, just a little, because you can have like 5 as the average size.
You know what, Gary? You just made me think of a question that relates to the topic, but I'm gonna wait until you're done talking about. Yeah.
Well, yeah, as Dragon Ball itself is obviously anime style in gameplay aspect, you can decide all sorts of colors. Like literally, you could have yourself as a green-skinned human if you want.
Or
So
pink-skinned
that's fun.
Namekian.
Or you could go with Team 4-Star's absolute favorite monstrosity, the albino Namekians. But yeah, like it could stand a few more details, and for Saiyan characters in particular, I know this is a big one that like everyone wants, because when you see like Goku transform in the series, his hair changes shape. If you do that on Xenoverse 1 or 2, your hair stays exactly the same. It just changes color.
Yeah, you mentioned that you didn't like that.
It just bothers me. Like it breaks canon. And I know that it operates outside of canon, but the premise itself is that you're trying to keep the canon stuff canon.
Yeah.
It's just that awkward thing about it. But I suppose at the same time it's also partially a minor nitpick because
Oh, Gary, did you die?
I think he died.
He died. Okay, well,
Hello?
Gary?
I got, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yep. Right. Before you rant too much with
Trust me, I ended
the
up running.
nitpicking in the Xenoverse characters, Danny, what was your question?
My question was, what do you two think about character customizations having an influence on gameplay? An example would be, I make somebody who's very short and has very stubby legs, which means he's more difficult to knock over, but he's also slower at running. Or I make somebody who's very tall and spinkly, and he can easily be knocked over, but he's also very fast. It's just a concept that I thought about when Gary was mentioning
The
the
Xenoverse.
About how Xenoverse
Wait.
kind of has those subtle effects.
yeah, but they're very subtle. What do you think about it not being subtle and it actually being having something to do with the character? Also, like let's say you choose somebody who's very muscular, they like do a lot of damage, but they use much more energy. And
I reckon that if the game itself is built around the concept, the way your character is built affects it.
yeah,
Then yeah.
I think there was a game like that, but it didn't do too well.
oh my.
Trying to think what it might have been called.
Yeah, let's not have another
Scum.
stranded situation like last week.
I think it was called Scum.
Scum. Well, I'll look that up and make sure that I won't look it up now, but
No.
I'll look it up at
In
some
case
point.
of more technical difficulties.
Yeah, I hate temple abilities. But that was just my quick question. Now, Gary, if you wish to rant anymore, or if you have anything else to say on the topic of character customization, please do go ahead.
I don't know where it was that I got cut off, honestly.
Right, I have a question.
Oh,
You
Go
always
on.
have questions, but go on.
How do you feel about creating a character that's the opposite gender to yourself?
I mean, I
I'm
don't.
kind of indifferent, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I'm also very indifferent. I don't actually do it myself very often. I think I do it like I've done it once or twice, just honestly, just for curiosity. But
I'm.
I
I was
Right,
going to say,
on my
I'm.
3DS Monster
Carry on.
Hunter, I have
Okay, go
one
on.
male character and one female character, and the third slot's basically free.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
But basically, the female character can have certain outfits that the male can't, and vice versa for some things. I can't
Can he
remember
put
what
it
they
away?
were, but
I'm sorry, I had to make the joke.
having playing as the female character, it does feel a bit awkward for me.
What's that?
It's not normally perceived if you're a guy playing as a female character that you're doing it to be pervy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like that because I don't go for those outfits.
I mean, if
It's
you wanted
like,
me to quickly sideline it and
go on.
bring Xenoverse 2 back up, you know my absolute focus character, Freya, is a female Saiyan. But then you also
Yeah.
know the way I have her dressed is pretty solidly covered. And
Yeah.
more that I've actually picked on the more common Saiyan traits in preference of fighting that don't really care about much else.
See,
So yeah, it's go on, Danny.
uh, no, actually, you finish first. Yeah.
I actually forgot what I was going to say.
Okay, great. That's great. Well, what I was gonna say is, you know how Chris said that people see it as being pervy choosing a female character. I do understand that that might be the case sometimes, but I also think there are some people who just are more used to playing female characters instead of male characters, like Jordan. I don't know if
Yeah.
he still does that.
I'm fairly sure he does.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure he makes very few exceptions.
Well, and that's the thing, because also when we played Halo Reach, he was always a female Spartan.
Yeah, but then even then, all that really changed was the general shape of the Spartan and the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never thought of it as like, oh, Jordan's being very pervy again. Ooh. I just thought, well, that's what he does. It's just like the norm for him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are also like women that only play like male characters because that's what they've gotten used to.
Yeah. It's just that Monster Hunter can give some slightly genderless
Yes,
outfits.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I reckon that's based on part of how it's almost anime-esque.
I will say, Chris, I was doing the character customization for Monster Hunter World, and I chose a male character, and I actually thought the base clothing without the armor was kind of weird looking. Basically, it was short shorts, and the jumper was, it didn't. Oh god. Okay, I'll show you a picture of it after we record, and I'll put a picture up in the video. But it looked, it showed a lot of skin. I guess that's how I can say it, even for a guy. And I just thought I was like, I don't see that very often. But I also don't know if that's like because I'm not the biggest into anime, if that's like a normal anime thing for guys.
Yeah, here's the thing.
I think with anime, more especially, it's used more as a gag.
I see.
Fantasy world scenarios. Let's go Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can give the same outfit to male and female characters.
Yeah.
Every item, armor piece, it's modified slightly.
Yeah, I know.
So it fits the gender figure better. But there are some aspects of fantasy games and such where they just go completely off the deep end, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a meme at this point.
But it protects her against everything. Logic.
Yeah.
It's like the full chest plate to chainmail bikini top.
Yeah.
The same piece, but that's the difference. Those fantasy games and such, with a male player is a female character, that does say a bit more pervy than, let's say, Monster Hunter.
If I'm
Because
entirely
I'm pretty
honest,
sure they try to keep the armor near enough the same,
Hmm.
even though it might not be exact.
I was going to say,
Oh,
the
go-
way I see it, I think Fable has it done best. Where if you play as a female, you can wear male outfits. If you play as a male, you can wear female outfits. They will look weird, but you can wear them regardless of what they look like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also like
won't
that.
conform their appearance to the character model you have.
Another game that also does that isn't fantasy is Dead Rising.
Yes.
And I love it. I love being a grown man wearing a
sundress.
and a child's pajamas. I love it.
The superhero outfit.
Yeah.
Chris, no, don't bring that back up, please.
And I also like how Saints Row 2 does it, where I can literally be naked. Literally. Just
Yeah.
And it's not like in a pervy way because it's censored, but it's just something funny about it for me personally. I just think it's funny.
Yeah, but the thing is, they even incorporate that nudity into gameplay. Like, you can go streaking and get notoriety that way. That's good because it's a gameplay.
I'm a bit ashamed to admit this, but in the game I have gone streaking. But the funny thing is, I went into a strip bar streaking.
Go on.
Yeah.
It's the fact that everyone was disgusted by it.
Wait, were you a guy or a woman?
Guy.
Now, that's the thing. They came there and paid for women because I'm guessing it's a pretty old game. So back then it was like, men can't strip or whatever.
I think they give the same reaction no matter what gender you are.
Well, then I just don't think they thought of it.
Mhm.
But it is funny to think of.
I think even the ones dancing, air quotes,
Yes, dancing.
got disgusted.
But
and that's
go
something outfit customization with characters, of which I don't mind. Oh, talking about outfits, things that do individual pieces where you have to collect them all to get a full set bonus in fantasy games.
Yeah.
Or sci-fi fantasy. Looking at stuff like Fallout. I've not played Fallout, but I've seen some where you can have one outfit piece on the right leg, one outfit piece on the left leg. It's all little pieces.
Awkward. For the legs, that just sounds awkward.
Yeah, I think it's more apparent with the power armor.
Yeah, I played Fallout 4.
With armor pieces, that makes sense because you can take it apart.
Oh, when I said outfit, it was armor over trousers.
Okay.
And not half a pair of trousers.
Yeah, it's still the half a pair of trousers thing. That's why I felt that was weird.
Yeah. I understood it as armor when you said Fallout because I've done the same.
Not a big Fallout player.
I think it's fine.
I played the Fallout game.
I played Fallout 4 and I tried Fallout 3 a long time ago at a friend's house. And I recently bought Fallout New Vegas, which is one of the most acclaimed Fallout games.
Well, I think it was Fallout 4 that had the male character and the female character.
Yeah, it was.
The husband and wife.
Yeah.
But that starting point is a nice choosing section, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not, okay, you have either a male character, this character as a male, or this character as a female. It is husband or wife, and not, let's say, Fire Emblem, Robin or Robin. Gary knows what I mean.
Literally the same person.
Yeah.
I like that.
So, any final words on this?
I don't have any,
actually,
but we should wrap it.
One,
we should wrap it up a bit, so you can say your one before we do so.
Right. Basically, I was just going to quickly ask, how do you guys feel about specific species of character getting specific access to specific skills?
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense if it's right thing.
Well, yeah. Like a cat is more stealthy, or an Argonian can breathe underwater.
Um, I think I know what Gary's on about, but
Oh.
yeah, that's
I was specifically referencing how in the Xenoverse games you have some skills that can only be performed by specific races.
yeah.
And while the big ones are the transformations make the most sense because for the majority of them, they're species class.
It's like the
But there
Margins
are,
and the Mechian stretchy arms.
well, yeah, that's an aspect of their biology which is incorporated well.
Hang
But
on,
say,
I need to go somewhere briefly, but don't mind me.
okay, what I was gonna say is there's a skill that Saiyans can get, and it's only available for Saiyans, but there is a variant of it that everyone can use. It's called Saiyan Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I won't get into the details, but basically, you kind of rush in, you punch your enemy, and then you just kind of blast them. It's a pretty basic example, but there are a handful of others.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just wondering how you sort of feel about that sort of thing, like a specific technique that only specific species of characters can learn.
Well, like you said with the Martians, that with the stretchy arms, that there's part of the biology. When it's something that's hard luck to them, and it makes sense, then I think it's fine. But if it's like these two people, these are two different races, only one of them knows how to kick, then I don't think it makes a lot of sense. But if there's an actual in-world reason why this is the case, then I think it's fine.
I think the closest logic you get with Saiyan Spirit is it's supposed to be an internalizing, or rather an externalizing, of their pride, because that's a big thing with them.
Yeah.
But like I said, there is basically a variant for everyone else to use, which to an extent I feel is kind of watered down. Like it kind of waters down the unique aspect of it, because realistically the only difference is effectively the color of the blast,
Yeah.
and the only Saiyans can use Saiyan Spirit, whereas the other one, as I said, everyone can use, which even includes Saiyans, which I kind of feel maybe they shouldn't have been able to, and you just have it so that makes it unique to them both. Like effectively you'd have it so that Saiyan characters would get access to Saiyan Spirit, and anyone else would get access to the other skill. And you just have it so that they're counted as the same skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So it'd just be visually different for Saiyan players.
But though I would like to continue speaking, we have reached our time mark, so we should wrap it
Yeah.
up.
That's perfectly fair. In fact, I was not long ago called downstairs.
Okay, so words of wisdom. Does anybody want to start?
I can't say I've got words of wisdom, but I do have a suggestion for people.
Okay.
If
what's
they're in
your
a Discord
suggestion?
server or follow us on Twitter or anything like that, why not submit your character designs?
Hmm.
We'd like to see them.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Yeah.
post. I'll probably post one or two of mine on the 3GN Twitter.
I like that. I might send you a picture of my Monster Hunter person, so you can upload it to the Twitter as well.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
it'd be
mind
a
if
tiny bit
you
easier to-
upload Leo as well.
Okay. I was thinking, did you want me to take any new pictures or
You
just
can do.
ones with the hub elements? Because yeah,
Okay, but Chris, do you have any words of wisdom?
Oh, no,
Okay, I mean,
I don't have any for the time being.
I've got one, but it's like kind of a one, you know, meh. My words of wisdom are: if you do any sort of recording, make sure you have the room, or else you might get tenebris bizzle bobbles and
technical difficulties.
tentacable dismal bees, and that's not very nice. That sucks.
Yeah, it causes people like you to slur your words.
Yeah,
That's
my words of wisdom.
I've got words of
Make
wisdom.
sure this foundation is strong before building the house.
Okay, Gary, you gotta hurry with your words of wisdom. We are 10 minutes over.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Okay. Basically, if you decide you want to go back and randomly listen to the first 40 seconds of the last episode of the podcast, take yourself a can of Coke. You'll probably want it afterwards.
Okay, but on that note, remember to like, subscribe, ding the bell button, fucking write in the comment section, join our Twitter, join the Discord, and have a nice day. Everybody, goodbye, everybody. Say goodbye, everybody. Bye bye.
Tally ho!
Goodbye.
Bye bye.